Hopefully, you understand that the new Running Man adaptation, directed by Edgar Wright, is quite different than the Schwarzenegger version from the 80s, with the latter being very close to the Stephen King novel that it's based on, while the 80s version was just like its own thing, which is why I think this is a pretty well written movie comparing to the other and was also right on the nose when it comes to setting. The novel takes place in 2025, and this one is, of course, 2025, explaining why this whole setting looks more modernized and yet still dystopian futuristic. But one thing both versions have in common was that the network was an absolute dictator, and casting Glenn Powell as Ben Richards was actually not a bad choice. I mean, he may not be as badass as Schwarzenegger, but he is still a badass. And of course, he's a massive disguise, like he did in Hitman. Because, well, Glenn Powell just loves being in disguises in the movies. But I do have to complain one thing, and that's the hunters. You see, I love the hunters in the Schwarzenegger film because of how themed they are and very gladiator like. These are just regular people hunting. Along with all the viewers too. They're just plain people. But I really don't think they're that bad either. And unfortunately, this exactly wasn't Edgar Wright's best film. Not by a long shot. But still, pretty fast paced, pretty entertaining movie. And it's safe to say that this new version went past the 80s film by pretty much many shots. So I'm giving this a 4. And just in case you haven't noticed, I did not read the novel.